Hi, we're back from AmericanElgin.com with a very interesting video today about the Lord Elgin 30 Jewel model letter F. This is a watch which it comes actually in two versions. There's a yellow gold version, which you can see on the left side, and a white gold version on the right side. These watches have a case which is 10 karat gold filled. So it's got a very thick kind of gold plating, really more like a gold shell that's been welded to the base metal, the brass underneath, which lasts a long time. It's not like one of those cheap platings that comes right off. This is designed to last decades. So it definitely has some gold in it, although it's not solid gold. Now this case is case reference number 2433, and you can see that the letter J here on one of these, on both actually. And these cases were made by Jonell Watch Case Company out of New York. And these are some serial numbers here. And if you look up here, you'll see the characteristic J with the arrow, and then 10 karat gold filled GF. And you can see actually the back of the cases are a little bit different. Actually, the finish on them. One has this kind of circular pattern, the other one is more smooth. These watches, they were part of the 30 Jewel Lord Elgin line. These were made from between approximately 1959 and 1963. This watch is actually relatively common, surprisingly. Certainly the one on the left, the yellow gold version, is more common than the one on the right, but they both show up, especially the yellow gold version, pretty regularly. And it's interesting because this watch, if you look at the advertising from this time period, we'll take a look at that now. The advertising has this watch listed at $89.50, which is quite an expensive watch. It's actually only about $10.50 less than the 10 karat solid gold versions. For example, in the video we talked about the Lord Elgin letter D models. That's a solid 10 karat gold case. A little thinner case, but still solid 10 karat gold, and that one was only $100, and this was $89.50. So it was close in price to the solid gold ones, and nonetheless, it seemed to have sold very well, because these watches are they still show up with quite a bit of regularity, and it's a very, I will say, in my opinion, it's a very attractive case. The shape of it is nice. It's a very classic design, very elegant. Of course, it has the American made on the bottom. The quality of the dials is very high too. Actually, these are very nicely done dials. In general, they came out very, very well. The only issue with this watch, which it's an issue of preference, but it is an issue, is that this watch is actually relatively small. For the time period, it probably was a normal size, but it's a 29 millimeter case. So that's not a very large watch by today's standards. You may remember from previous videos where I compared the watch size to a US $half coin, which was in circulation around 1960. And this $half coin actually was smaller than the watches in the prior videos that we looked at. For example, the letter H model, the E model, a case 1900, and also the D model. Those are all had larger cases, but this case is 29 millimeters, and the coin is 30.5 millimeters, so 30 and then 1/2. And it is so it's actually a relatively small watch case. Nonetheless, it did, as mentioned, it did sell well at the time. It is an interesting case though, because there only are, as far as we can tell, there are only two watches from this Lord Elgin line that come in both yellow and white gold versions. The white gold, or white, in this case, white gold fill, are actually quite rare. And this, as far as we know, this particular dial variation in this 2433 case, number 2433 case, this dial variation is the only one that exists for this particular case. So again, it's a very nice watch. For those that care about these things, it is a bit in the small side, but it obviously belongs in every collection of these types of watches. Again, this is the Lord Elgin 30 Jewel Model F, and if you'd like more information on this or the other watches, please visit us online at www.americanelgin.com. Thank you.